Welcome to NFL Primetime on ESPN Plus, presented by Dell Technologies. Your new Dell PC gets your holiday to-dos done faster.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to week number 10 already of NFL Primetime. The weather's turning. Some of the results are turning, but we're turning towards you. I'm Chris Berman along with Booger McFarland, and just as think as you know, certain things you know this season, then the next week comes and we don't.
Well, the Halloween is over. We got to take the mask off, and we got to figure out who everybody is now.
Yeah, well, one thing we figured for a long time, to those out there, of course, Veterans Day is coming up on Tuesday the 11th. From all of us, from Booger and I and everybody here at ESPN, for all those who have served, who are serving, and even those thinking about serving, thank you. We cannot say it enough. Veterans Day. Yep. We're thrilled that you would even spend a little time to watch us. Now, we're thrilled that you're going to watch the beginning of this show because first place Tampa Bay, not a big surprise, off a bye. First place New England. First place New England. Did you hear me? A little bit of a surprise. But the Patriots come in with a 6-game winning streak, and, well, certainly at Tampa would be too tough. Here we go at the new sombrero. Booger laughs because, well, it was new to me in the late 90s, and him too, but it's still, I get to say it. Drake May, what a sophomore season he has had. And Baker Mayfield, the MVP discussion for sure. So first drive, Tampa Bay comes off the bye, and Emeka Igbokwe, he's back. Bucks back at end zone, 7-0 Tampa Bay. May, Kyle Williams, youngster, third catch in his NFL career. Why did I go 72 yards? No problem, 7-all.
Bucks in man coverage, DB got underneath, Kyle made him pay.
Owner's box, Patriots, Kraft Sr., Kraft Jr., Robert, Jonathan, they're happy. Under 3 to go, it's 10-7 Bucks late second quarter. Pop Douglas, he's been big. Booty is out. Accelerates for 26 yards on the catch. Then May, under 2 minutes to go, kneeling. Mike Vrabel says, we want the last possession of the half.
Really smart, run some clock and try to score last.
He is great on the clock, and on 4th and goal with 2 seconds to go, they don't kick. May to Stephon Diggs.
Unbelievable catch, right foot down, drag left toe, touchdown.
Bill, you with a lot of would just kick the field goal and tie it. Patriots lead 14-10. Trevion Henderson, running back, rookie, could go all the way. 55 yards, 21-10. Todd Bowles says, Patriots?
Patriots?
Well, but they've been doing it for a month and a half. Now Baker, 3rd and goal Bucks. Some rain earlier, some little sloppy field. Tez the season. Tez Johnson. And then whoop! Whee! The Bucks are back in at 21-16.
I'd pay money to do a backflip, boom.
Oh, I would be out for the rest of the season. Under 8 minutes to go. Drake May, good pocket. Mac Hollins. Boy, the big plays kept piling up on the Bucks. Patriots, 54-yard advance. 3rd and goal from the 2. But just when they thought they could put it away, Bucks defense, Tyke Smith, second-year player.
Really good job. Read the quarterback eyes, go when he throws by Tyke Smith.
Only turnover of the game, a well-played game, 4th and 3, Bucks going for it, but forget it. The blitzing Patriots disguised it, then came.
Mike Vrabel, the defensive coaches have been outstanding all season.
And now, Henderson takes the pitch, bang, bang. He's gone again, 69 yards. Look, coach, should I? Yes, watch this. He's not sure if he should go down and waste clock. Mike Vrabel said, keep doing it.
Really good job understanding, do I need to go down or should I score? Vrabel said score, and he did.
And we may get back to that because that speaks to the maturity of a lot of young players. And, of course, no young head coach. He's 50 years young, Mike Vrabel. The Patriots have won 7 straight games. They win it 28-23. Mike Vrabel's squad keeps rolling.
That's why I love coaching them, is that they fight and they compete. It's not always perfect. It's never going to be perfect. But I love the way that they compete. You know, you're going to have some time that, you know, if you strike out, you got to go to the dugout and be pissed for a couple seconds, and then you got to go play the rest of the game. So we tell them, you know, take 30 seconds, be pissed, but we got to go play.
Just didn't execute good enough. Got to do all the little things right, critical moments, and we did not do that today. You know, that's what I told the team, told the offense after the game. And at some point, when the stuff comes up during the week, and whether it's mistakes or things we talk about, and then it shows up on Sundays, you have to have some pride about you.
Patriots 8-2, the Bucs 6-3. Buffalo off their huge win at home last week against Kansas City. Cannon fodder against Miami, right? They're 14-1 last 15 against Tua and the Dolphins. But Tua, Jalen Waddle, he didn't only do the waddle, he did the ant. Chad's family visited us here today. 13, Chad Monticello, our producer for years, 13-0 Dolphins. James Cook running outside, what? And then what? Rumbling, bumbling, what? Stumbling, what? It's like a greased pig. Juju Brents has it for Miami. Wait a minute. 16-0 Dolphins?
Dolphins?
No, it can't be. Same score, 3rd and 16, Josh Allen. Early third, what? Maybe it blocked, maybe it was a receiver. This play took 16 seconds. To Curtis Samuel, 21 yards, but it's hard to live that way.
Yeah, you can't live like that, but great play by Josh.
8 minutes to go in the third. Could the Bills mount a comeback? You felt it was coming. Josh runs 9 yards, 1st and goal. A few plays later on 3rd and goal. Allen looking for Dawson Knox. But Ifeatu Melifonwu. What? Picked off.
Yeah, we thought Josh had got rid of his bad habit. Old issue, red zone turnovers, right? The MVP.
They're still down 16-0. Allen, Keon Coleman. All right, now the Bills are going to win the game. They get a touchdown. If they go for 2, don't get it, 16-6. 8 minutes to go. Remember, they're 14-1 against Miami last 15. Allen on his feet, rumbling. But no, the ball is out. Jordan Brooks has had a really good season. Micah Fitzpatrick recovers it.
That type of day for the Dolphins. Their defense forced 3 turnovers, and Fitzpatrick was Johnny on the spot.
And then, under 7 to go, Devon Achane. That's the sound of the men working on the Achane. I wish it was Achane, it would rhyme better, but it doesn't matter. 22 carries, 174. That's a 59-yard touchdown. The Bills scored with under 4 to go. 2 plays later, Achane took it 35 yards for a touchdown. The Miami Dolphins were in control this entire game, and the Buffalo Bills a stunning loss to a team that they usually control. Miami hung 30 on them, 30-13, thanks in large part to over 200 yards from scrimmage from Achane.
Since I came to lead, I think I played them like 5, 6 times, like 6. Yeah, this is my 6th time playing them. This is my first win, so like it's great.
I got to be better. I'd be better in the protection game, in the pass game, in the run game, all of it. You know, it's anytime you turn it over 3 times, 2 in the red zone, and really you could count that last one, you know, driving, kind of going into the red zone. So that's a recipe for disaster.
Well, we gave you the big picture going into that. They beat the Chiefs and looked the best they have all year.
All
season, Buffalo last week. In Miami, but again, I gave that number twice. 14-1 last 15. It doesn't mean you stamp it and win, but there's no way the Bills expected to show up and look like this. But we'll give Miami credit in a moment. What do we see there?
Well, you always say that's why they play the games. And today the Miami's defense finally showed up. 3 sacks, 3 turnovers, and they really took away everything that they wanted to do. They targeted the receivers. They made sure the receivers didn't do anything. And as usual with this Bills offense, if you take away James Cook in the run game and you put everything on Josh Allen's back, and he's not perfect, they can't move the football. They struggle getting offense when you force Josh Allen to do it all. Achane was outstanding running the football. The Buffalo Bills every now and then have a problem on their defense. They give up run yardage on their defense. Achane 175 yards rushing today. So when you put all that together, you're on the road. The anatomy of an upset is you get up on a team early and then you just make sure that they continue to make mistake after mistake. And that's what the Dolphins did. Kudos to them. They fired their GM. The head coach is on the hot seat, and they didn't give up today.
No, and here's the thing with Buffalo. So we've seen that against Atlanta a couple weeks ago. I mean, it's going to happen here and there. But they're not forceful. And when they don't have a lead, they're not as forceful on run defense for sure. You mentioned they fired the GM. I mean, is that the problem? That we're not saying it is. They play like this. So Miami's defense, they're professionals too. They get paid, like you like to say.
Without a doubt. And anytime your defense can set the tone, and then offensively, Tua, even though he threw 2 interceptions, he got Waddle involved. They pushed the football down the field. So this was a total team effort by the Dolphins.
Look, so now the New England Patriots have won 7 straight. Remember, they won at Buffalo,
Yeah.
and they haven't lost since. I mean, they won a couple games before that. But what did they do? They put a win like that in their pocket, and they have not looked back. The Patriots are a game and a half up on the Bills in the standings, who they beat, as we pointed out. And, my God, big play after big play. The stage, again, was not too big for – they have some veterans, but they got a lot of young players led by their second-year quarterback.
The young guys, Drake May, Travion Henderson, they showed up and made plays. You know, the sign of a good team, Boom, they don't beat themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're so well coached. We were watching this game, and we said every time the Bucs tried to make a play, there were 2 or 3 Patriots sitting there waiting. And that's the sign of good coaching, understanding what the other team is trying to do. You got some big plays, and defensively, they are so good. Number one team in football against the run. So we are going to stake our claim stopping the run. And then we're going to get after your quarterback. They play so well together, and they're so well coached based on Mike Vrabel. Even on the last touchdown of the game, Travion Henderson.
That was amazing.
Running down the sideline.
Amazing.
Look to the coach. Should I score or should I not? The details. Mike Vrabel dots the I's and crosses the team. And this was one of the better wins we've seen in the National Football League.
Well, here's the thing. Tucker had 53 yards rushing Tampa. First guy over 50 this year.
Wow.
The whole season.
Yeah.
10 games allowed by the New England Patriots. Tampa thought that their defense would confuse, maybe not every play, Drake May, because Todd Bowles, we know what he calls. He dials up different things. He wasn't phased at all. And here's what you and I noticed. Even plays that the Bucs completed, maybe a 6 or 8 yard play, whatever. There's like 6 Patriots right around the ball.
Sitting there waiting.
Nobody's out of place.
And you know what, Boom? It's amazing when you look at Tampa. Coming off a bye week, you got New England. They got to go to Buffalo. They got L.A. at the Rams. Schedule's going to get a lot tougher. So it was amazing. I thought they would come off and be a little bit better.
Let me look real quick, though, schedule, New England. All right, put that up real quick. We were talking about what they have, and they will play Baltimore. By the time they play them later, they will have a winning record, and they play the Bills. But look at the rest. Nothing guarantees a win, as we saw today. Jets, Bengals, Giants, bye. Late bye. Bills, Ravens, Jets, Dolphins. They can pile up 12, 13. I mean, it's possible. Let's not assume a thing. And that team does not get ahead of itself. A huge loss in the NFL today. One of the great gentlemen ever to serve the league. That would be Commissioner Paul Tagliabue. Took over from Pete Rozelle in 1989, served for 17 years to 2006 when Roger Goodell succeeded him. Died today early at his home at the age of 84. Heart failure, complicated by Parkinson's disease, said his family. Paul Tagliabue, of course, a Pro Football Hall of Famer some years back. Remember, he made it tough, seemingly at the time, canceled football right away in 9/11. But I'd like to read a statement from the current commissioner, Roger Goodell, just the first part of it. Paul was the ultimate steward of the game, tall in stature, humble in presence, decisive in his loyalty for the NFL. He viewed every challenge and opportunity through the lens for what was a greater good, a principle he inherited from Pete Rozelle and passed on to me. Personally, I got to know Paul, one of the smartest people I ever met, and the best listener I ever met. Paul Tagliabue, a huge loss, and to his wife Chan and his children and his family, our condolences from all of us at NFL Primetime. As he would want to more games, and very interesting game. If you like purple, this is a Prince special, Purple Rain, you know. This is
What you know about
Baltimore
Prince,
Ravens. I know Prince, come on. And this is Veterans Day, like we said. And how about this at the beginning? Aaron Jones, whose mom was an Army Sergeant Major when she retired from the Army, greets her on the field, and J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings were inspired. To Jalen Naylor, they're playing the Ravens in Minnesota. Vikings come in 4-4 off their upset over the Lions, and a 62-yard pickup gets it to Jones. Now look at this. In the end zone, he carried flag. He looks for family, gives a kiss. 7-0 Vikings.
A really good start by the Vikings and Jones.
Now, 10-9 at the half. Baltimore has just kicked 3 field goals. J.J. McCarthy, not many starts for this youngster. Intercepted by Marlon Humphrey. Is he at Reed? Maybe it's Le'Veon Bell, right? Look. But we're looking for a lane. And so the pick, and just another field goal. Give the Vikings credit on defense. It's 12-10 Baltimore. 5 minutes into the third. Miles Price to the kick. Stripped by Keandre Jackson. Special teams turnover.
Something we haven't seen from the Baltimore Ravens, forcing turnovers, punching the ball out, and the defense was excited.
3 turnovers Minnesota forced by the Ravens at this point. Second and 10 from the 11, Lamar Jackson. Rashad Bateman. He just short of the goal line, but we'll take care of that. Justice will be served by Justice Hill. He's in the end zone. And give it to Ronnie Stanley, right?
Yeah, if the big guys are going to block, let them have a little celebration.
Yeah, all-pro left tackle, great for a long time. 19-10 Baltimore. 11 minutes to go in the game. Lamar to Mark Andrews. They came in the league together. They're still doing it, Boog. It's 27-13. They get the 2-point conversion. Now, under 5 to go. Look out, JJ. Somehow he avoids the sack. Naylor did. Got it. Vikings in red zone. 4th and goal. The 10, 3.5 left. McCarthy. Naylor. Touchdown. They don't get 2, but it's a 1-score game. 27-19. They get the ball back one more time, but they need a miracle on 4th and 4. Own 40. Watch this. Whoop. Whoop. I'm already dizzy. Whoop. You go long. Why don't you go over? I got it. That's not a Hail Mary, that's a Hail Martha. Can't knock them. I mean, John Harbaugh's team was 1-5, now 4-5. Here come the Ravens. Jags at Texans. Houston started 0-3, but they've won the division a few times in a row. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags figure we can get rid of Houston maybe, but almost for the season. Lawrence to Parker Washington for a touchdown. Jags lead 10-0 in Houston. Then Washington. Well, George Washington certainly maybe was our first veteran.
Yeah.
He did, and Parker Washington is wearing number 11, Veterans Day.
Yeah.
So you add it up. We have touchdown, we have jukes, jives, Tommy Townsend tries, not going to get him. 67-yard punter, 17-0 Jaguars. Jaguars. Under 20 to go in the half. It's 20-10. Lawrence, watch this play by Derek Stingley Jr. Wow.
Unbelievable ball skills, Boom. He's had him since he was in high school. Maybe the best cornerback in football. Outstanding concentration on the ball.
But it's still 17-0 Jags. Now it's 29-10 going in the fourth quarter. Davis Mills starting for the concussed Stroud has already thrown one step down to Higgins. Now to Nico Collins, who hauls it in 22-yard game. But they can't come back. It's still 29-18. 3rd and 3 from the 7. Mills. Dalton Schultz. He knows something. Touchdown. 2-point conversion. No good. 29-24. Jaguars have to punt. Next Texans own 7. 3rd and 10. What a big play. Mills to Schultz.
Yeah, Mills played admirably in replacement for C.J. Stroud.
And so D'Amico Ryans. Now the club has gone to 3rd and goal from the 14. Look at Davis Mills. General Mills. Honey Nut Cheerios for everybody. 2-point conversion doesn't work, but it's 30-29.
Just a really good job. When your backup quarterback come in and give your team a chance to win, and he did.
The last chance, Jags. And I'm going to let you take over right here with Sheldon Rankins.
Boom. This is a big man's dream. Not only did you scoop it out of the air, you score a touchdown. Hey, hamburgers for everybody.
Yeah. And Liam Cohn goes, who's going so well? Give Houston credit. They're a factor. They were 0-3, and here they are again, like the Ravens, not even back to 500 yet, but do not rule them out. 36-29 in a fourth quarter in which they outscored the Jags 26-0. Houston was 0-76 lifetime, down by 19 or more entering the fourth quarter. Make it 1-76. To Berlin, lot of history here. Berlin in the stadium. Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals in 1936 on the day when the Berlin Wall, 1989, was dismantled. The Colts and the Falcons. Daniel Jones to Alec Pierce, and the Colts lead 13-7. Under 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Michael Penix. Drake, Werewolves of London. His hair was perfect. They lead 14-13 at the half. Under 7 to go, the Colts trailing 17-16. Not anymore. Look, Jonathan Taylor, 2-yard gain. 3-yard, 4-yard. Try 83 yards. He's gone, and he's got a convoy. Longest touchdown run in Colts history. They go for two, don't get it, but they lead 22-17. Unbelievable season. More on him in a moment. Falcons are Tyler Algier ran well.
He ran hard. They got a little thunder and lightning going on between he and Bijan.
The bowling ball in the end zone. The Falcons go for two. Penix, Drake London. We got to Drake Berlin. We got to change his name. It's not a London game.
Without a doubt, outstanding route though by Drake London. Sauce Gardner, the newest coach, left on the ground.
25-22. Falcons played well, but the Colts trying to win for the 8th time. Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones in Germany. This is 3rd and 21, and they gave up an 18-yard run.
One of the biggest plays of the game. You can't give that up on 3rd and 21.
And then 4th and 2, then a fine rookie tight end. And that was well covered, but Tyler Warren holding in first down.
He's in competition for Rookie of the Year.
Now Halloween, blood all over Jones. He doesn't care. He's spitting blood. Michael Badgley, 29 seconds to go, 44 yards. The Badgley of courage. We're tied at 25. We go to overtime. Falcons win toss. 3rd and 12. Own 34. Penix. Zaire Franklin with the sack.
He was big in overtime. Lou Anarumo's defense blitzed Penix over and over.
Yep. And then under 7 to go, Colts turn. Jones, Warren. Wow. 23-yard pickup on the play, 2nd and 4. Do we kick a field goal? All they have to do? No. Why don't you give it to Jonathan Taylor, who's led the league in rushing the whole season, over 1,100 yards, 244 yards rushing by Jonathan Taylor. He's 2nd now all-time on the Colts single-game running list behind himself. He had 250 5 years ago, and, of course, 4 years ago, he won the rushing title. All right, well, look, we said it on the show repeatedly. It is apparent that the year of the running back is not changing, just the names. It was Saquon and Derrick Henry last year. He's over 1,100 yards already, Jonathan Taylor. And when you have a back like that, anything's possible, as the Colts are 8-2.
Well, not only a back like that, but you have an offensive line, because he's rushed for 1,100 yards, but this offensive line, led by the best guard in football, Quentin Nelson, has been outstanding. But it just gives you something you can count on. On a day where the quarterback gets sacked 7 times, Daniel Jones turned the ball over a couple times, he didn't quite play the way he's played Indiana Jones like all season.
Right.
They can always go to the thing they can count on the most, and that's Jonathan Taylor. Rushing the football, boom, controlling the line of scrimmage. They are a team that it's portable. They have one thing that they can take a lot of places, and it was good to see them when Jones got in trouble. They leaned on Jonathan Taylor. And right now, boom, he's probably the leading candidate for the most valuable player. He's playing as consistent as anybody from game 1 to where we are now.
One other thing in this, the Colts had 3 big returns on punts and kicks. That's to their credit, little things that spell 8-2. And Atlanta played really well. Little things, you give up that, and you're 3-5. Like, that was a big part of the game as well.
It's the hidden yardage, the yardage we don't see in the box score, and they did that in special teams.
The Ravens were 1-5. We saw them, they're now 4-5, but they'd be the first to tell you we're not at 500 yet. However, the Baltimore Ravens in these last 4 games, even the one they lost to the Rams, I think they averaged giving up 15 points a game, something like that in the last 4 games. They're not as dominant as they once were at the very front, but their back seven, Roquan Smith, Hamilton moving up. We've talked about the trade with Gilman, and Lamar is back. They know they have no margin for error, so they're going to be on it every week. They look the part.
Objects in the mirror, the rearview mirror, are closer than they appear.
I've read that.
I've read it before, and they're talking about the Ravens. The defense is playing better. The defense is creating turnovers, giving the offense, even though the offense wasn't perfect, they're getting healthier. You saw Bateman start to make plays, boom. Lamar, Henry, the team rushed for 157 yards. They're getting back to a physical standpoint. But the biggest issue that was ailing this team throughout the first part of the season was their defense, and their defense is starting to turn the corner. You mentioned the trade. They're turning the ball over. It's good to see the Ravens look like a team we thought they were going to be. They're not there yet, but you can start to see, while a lot of sports bettors had them as the favorite to win the North.
They haven't played Pittsburgh yet. Their next 3 games at Cleveland, Jets at home, Cincy at home. Again, assume nothing. But they're looking to keep moving, all right? Now, NFC West.
Yeah.
It's hard to move in that.
No question.
Everybody mono. Cardinals off their upset win at Dallas, at Seattle, who is, well, they are hitting on all cylinders, starting with Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Very first series of the game. The Cardinals played them to a 3-point game earlier this year, but there it is. Darnold to Smith and Jigba, 7-0 Seahawks. They felt if they got the lead, 43-yard play, maybe their defense then could bring the hammer. You think they might? Jacoby Brissett gives them an upgrade, frankly, at quarterback. Tyrese Knight coming in with the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. People forgot Dallas let him go. He picks it up. Touchdown Seahawks right away. 14-0, 5 minutes in the game.
And talk about the ball bouncing your way. When you go for the sack, boom, get the hand. Empty hand going forward means fumble. And DeMarcus Lawrence, Johnny on the spot for his first touchdown.
George Jelani forced it, and, well, wait a minute. Here, I'm ahead of myself. This is George Jelani. Get in there. His first NFL career touchdown. This was going to be a party at home. 21-0. Still first quarter. Start of the second. Is this deja vu all over again? Knight hits him again. Lawrence picks it up again. He didn't have 0 touchdowns. He has 2.
Boom, most people go an entire career with no touchdowns on defense. He got 2 in the same quarter. And again, empty hand going forward, sack, fumble. And Lawrence is saying, wow, it ain't Christmas yet, is it?
Well, it's 28-0. Now early second quarter. Darnold. Coming back to his native state of Washington is Cooper Kupp. There he goes. Whip. His Kupp runneth over. 67 yards. First and goal, Seahawks. Now, at the court, Zach Charbonnier. There we go.
I'll have a glass also, bro.
44-22. I mean, the second half was a formality. And so the Seattle Seahawks, they are now 13-4 in their, going back to last year, in their last 17 games. They're 7-2 as they roll the Cardinals. The big showdown in this division today, Rams at the depleted Niners. But remember, the Niners beat all 3 teams in the division already this year. Matthew Stafford having an MVP season. Brock Purdy not ready yet. Mac Jones is 5-2 as a starter. Boy, that you don't get that from anyone. Stafford says that's nice, but I got Puka Shell. Puka Nacua. Right away, the Rams up 7-0, now 14-0. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Mac Jones, Juwan Jennings. But Nate Landman, boy, he's all over, punches it out. Cameron Kinchins for the Rams.
Landman making a play. You know, the new season of Landman starts soon.
No, I know, and it's they should watch this show. Second quarter, same score. Stafford says, you know what? Let's see if we can get rid of the Niners right now. Rolling. Back problem? Leg problem? I don't see it. Davis Allen. Touchdown. 400 in his career for Matthew Stafford. How's that number?
Wow, longevity.
21-0. 21-7. Niners scored once, and then Brian Robinson scored again. Give them credit. They're playing with nowhere near the roster they thought they'd have, but they cut it to 7, 21-14. Second to goal, Rams. Late third, Davante Adams.
Boom. As long as these 2 receivers, Puka Nacua and Davante Adams, stay healthy with Stafford, they're going to be a problem in the playoffs.
So back complimentary football with the really good teams. San Fran to within 7. Now it's 28-14. Jones is forced out. Luca Farrell, see, they don't. The PAT is blocked, but it's 1 score again, 28-20. Again, what do the good teams do? Early fourth, Stafford, Nacua turns a little out into a 13-yard pickup, but Adams injured on the play here, Booger.
Yeah, he tried to come off the line. He started grabbing his back. He would have to exit the game.
He had to leave, but the Rams didn't leave. I'd like to go. Nah, don't do it. Don't do it, big guy. You gotta love him.
You have to.
Taco Bell for everybody. Kyron Williams up the middle. You know, last year he scored every game. He's starting to do that again, Booger. 2 in this day, 35-20. Under 5 to go. Stafford says, you know what? We're not done. Colby Parkinson. I think he was open.
And he was wide open.
And so, the Rams, 4 more touchdowns from Stafford. That gives him 25 this season. And so, the Rams are 7-2. They roll the Niners 42-26. Niners' first loss in the division. And everybody plays the other team next week. Let's talk the NFC West. Because next week it's Seattle against the Rams for the first time this year. But we're not moving ahead.
Yeah.
We're moving back. First, from what we see from the Rams. Matthew Stafford, and this is real, they were worried about him. He wasn't really sure the back.
In the
It wasn't a
offseason, yeah.
smoke screen.
Yeah.
He could be MVP of the league. Him or Taylor.
He could be, Boom. And now he has 2 legitimate weapons on the outside in Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. They can run the football. You have one of the best play callers in our league in Sean McVay. And when you put all that together and you put it in the pot, they can score, okay? The key will be their young defense. I think it's the best young front 7 in football. I'm concerned about the corners. They have to make sure that they can cover on the outside. But when you have Stafford, McVay, Adams, Williams, Nacua, you can put up points against anybody in the National Football League.
You know what they've also done? They've on defense have become much. I don't want to say a team with Aaron Donald wasn't physical. That would be stupid. But over the last 2 or 3 years, they are more physical and authoritative on the ball. All
Bigger,
3 levels.
younger,
Yes.
and more physical, to your point. Yeah.
And give San Francisco credit too. They're trying. Remember, they're 3-1 in the division. They play Arizona next week. Meanwhile, on to Seattle.
Yeah.
So they have, since Tampa beat them in one of the games of the season, right? They have hammered. I know the 2 scores, the first 2, what was it, Jacksonville and Houston. But then the last 2, Washington, and I mean, that was over in the first quarter. And this was over in the first quarter. Their defense, look out. This is Ravens-like, where Mike McDonald came from.
I love when a head coach or when a guy gets a head coaching job and he doesn't go far from his DNA. Mike McDonald's a defensive guy.
Yep.
This has turned into a defensive football team. Their defense is lights out. Most physical team in football, Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, they get after your quarterback. They're physical. Witherspoon, Woolen, I love what they do defensively. And Sam Darnold, everyone thought it was a 1-year deal in Minnesota. He's showing you right now he could be in the MVP conversation with Stafford and Taylor, Jackson Smith and Jigba. They make the trade for Rashid Shaheed, so now they got more speed on the outside. They are a team, Boom. They haven't played their best football yet. It will be key. I can't wait for the matchup with the Rams because these are going to be 2 physical teams with creative play callers, with defenses. It is going to be a bloodbath when they get on the field next weekend.
You know what a game like this shows? They haven't had the home field advantage the last couple of years. They've won 10 in a row on the road. I think that's the number. They make this place like that?
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Rams, Seahawks. Whoever comes out of that division, or all of them, will be impressive. That'll be a fun game. Giants at Bears. And you know what? Tomorrow is the 50th year anniversary of the sinking of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And fittingly, the Great Lakes saw, the winds of November remember. And this wind, snow, Jackson Dart said, wait a minute, I played in the South. I don't care. 5 straight games, he has a rushing touchdown. G-Men lead 10-7 at Soldier Field. Third quarter, Dart. Look at the moves, Booger.
I just love the play call, design runs. When you have an athletic quarterback, use his legs to your advantage.
17-7 the Giants. But then, takes the snap, fumble this time, Nashawn Wright. The Bears, it's the only turnover they forced, but they've been doing that all year.
Yeah, but also the thing you worry about, the quarterback, when you run him so much, his head gets hit on the ground, Boom. And again, we're talking concussion protocol for Jackson Dart.
Well, and you said that, and so into the blue 10, and he would not be able, he ruled out of the game. Russell Wilson had to come in. The Giants were leading 17-10. Meanwhile, Caleb Williams said, now it's my turn. You know, you don't know that he runs like this, but we're finding out every game he can do it down to the 2, Booger. And then the Rome was not built in a day. Rome Odunze. Bears cut it to 2017. They're going to come from behind again, huh?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what they do now?
Yeah.
3rd and 7. Russell, C.J. Gardner, Johnson, Saxon. Well-traveled, still good.
Very.
Giants forced to punt. Caleb, good pocket. Luther, beast of burden. Extra yards, 27-yard gain, Chicago. Under 2 to go. They still trail it. 2nd and 8. Caleb, can I get to the corner? Can I stay in bounds? You betcha. 24-20, Bears.
Really good job using his legs. He wanted to throw the football. No one was open, and so he took it himself.
Last chance for Wilson and the Giants. The Giants, they lead. We know the Denver game. It's painful. I know their quarterback didn't finish. They blew another lead. The Chicago Bears started 0-2. They are 6-1 in their last 7 games. No wonder Ben Johnson and the Bears were happy inside the locker room.
Hell yeah! Man, I tell you what, I feel like I'm on repeat each and every week right now. I mean, I got nothing new to say to you guys. Did you even waver for a second? You knew exactly we had them right where we wanted them. Gosh, man. Goodness gracious. He's got ice in his veins now. And if you don't believe it now, you just wait, man. The best is yet to come, 18. Here we go.
Thanks to the Bears for letting us in there. It's fun when you win, isn't
It's
it?
nothing like that when you're winning.
And a rookie head coach, his old team, where he worked for Dan Campbell. Jared Goff, Lions facing the Commanders. The last 9 games that they've lost, they've won after each one of them. A lot to be said for that. They weren't going to change it on this day. Goff to Jameson Williams, still waiting for that Christmas gift. Goff to Jahmyr Gibbs, he's in the end zone. 7-0 Detroit. What loss last week? Up 7-3, Goff to Sam Laporta, 14 yards. Then 3rd and 7 out of the 9 of the Commanders. Goff to I know who it is. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, 14-3, Lions. Differing opinions.
Very.
Why can't we all get along? Gibbs, hand up. How quickly does he go 28 yards?
His acceleration from start to finish is unreal.
Now, Gibbs breaking a tackle in the backfield to the 5. No. He also's got some power, as we know. 2 touchdowns for him, 25-10 Detroit at the half on the road. Goff, play action. Williams, he's open. 22 yards. Down to the 14. Goff, Williams, running the tightrope. Did he know that I didn't see the flip coming. Did he know that the yellow line was there?
Yeah, maybe.
Because that was a good job of the tipping toeing. 32-10, I'm kidding. Marcus Mariota, of course, starting for the injured Daniels. Treylon Burks brings it in. Mariota to, I saw Bob Skaggs this past week, all right? Lido, Debo, whoa. 32-16. By the way, he's 81. He sounds great. Goff, Gibbs. I mean, you have 0 chance of catching him. Wow. Goff threw for 320. Gibbs had 3 touchdowns, ran for over 170 yards. The Lions back in the win. They are 6-3. Dan Campbell took over the play calling. How's 44 points doing for you?
But I just wanted to change it up a little bit. You know, let's just see if you know, maybe a different play caller can maybe get us a little rhythm. That's all.
He got the headset on. He got the sheet. You might as well do it. Look, my thing is they don't ever lose 2 in a row.
Yeah.
That's like having a 28-game winner lose a game, and then we got a 25-game winner coming next. That speaks to what the Lions. I understand, 3 losses. Would they lose 3 last year or 2? I don't even remember. They're still in any conversation.
Very talented team. Notice what Dan Campbell said. I wanted to give the offense a different flavor. A lot of rumblings coming out of Detroit with Johnny Morton, the offensive coordinator. Dan Campbell called plays today. You got Gibbs involved. You got Montgomery involved. You got Jameson Williams involved. Okay, Goff played better. That's not a small thing. We know this team is very talented. Can they get the cohesiveness after you lose your OC and your DC? I think that was the message today. And Dan Campbell said, even if I have to call plays, I'm going to make sure we're in the right position.
Well, and of course, they lost to the Commanders in the playoffs last year. They're sitting them, and Washington may be one of those teams. Every year we go, how are these 14 teams not going to make the playoffs next year. Well, they're probably going to be one of them, despite the fact that they're trying hard. The Bears, 0-2 start, 6-1 since. Caleb, winning games late. Forcing turnovers. Just one today, but I think they had, 20, whatever the number is. We believe in them? Are they contending to Green Bay and Detroit, which is a big ladder to climb for them, Booger?
They are getting close. They are. I don't know if they're there yet, Boom, but they're getting close, and it's because coaching matters. And Ben Johnson is pouring into this quarterback. The quarterback is starting to make plays. We saw that sound in the locker room. He said he's got ice in his veins. All the great ones do. He's not a great one yet, but he's starting to become defensively. They still got to rush the passer better, but the quarterback and the head coach seem to be on the same page, and that's a good thing for Bears fans.
And winning, of course, is contagious.
Yeah.
So you would think the Panthers, 5-4, won at Green Bay.
Panthers?
And they're home. Panthers at home. They're automatic. Bryce Young, Panthers. Here come the Saints. I mean, they're playing Tyler Shuck, the second-round draft pick at quarterback. So Rico Dowdle has been doing this for a month in the end zone. No Dowdles, no pump. I'm not going to do it. Okay, don't do it.
No pump.
7-0 Panthers. Tyler Shuck from Louisville. Tommy, that was for you. Looks for Chris Olave. They shucked and jived against the Panthers on this day. 62 yards. Saints? 10-7 Saints. Fourth quarter, same score. Bryce Young to his rookie Teteroa McMillan. But Alontae Taylor is there.
Yeah, really, just a really good job understanding where the ball was going to be thrown and making a play.
So the Saints have the ball. Shucked oysters for everybody to Juwan Johnson. Yep, 17-7 on the road. The Saints.
New uniforms, too.
Division game. Shuck. Olave. 6 minutes to go after Carolina was stopped on fourth down. How about this guy?
Boom. Who needs two hands with one to do? That's all I always say. Olave. Good to see the connection between Shuck and Olave.
Ohio State.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Think?
Yeah.
How about this? Taysom Hill ices it. The young quarterback and the sometimes quarterback go, this winning thing is fun. Coaches after the game, Kellen Moore, Dave Canales, two young coaches. New Orleans wins it 17-7. Shuck threw for 282. Snap report.
Not bad.
Every week, the Jets are getting more fun. Win, then buy, then Cleveland in town. The rookie Dylan Gabriel play action Cleveland. David Njoku. Browns offense 7-0 Cleveland. But watch what happens for the Jets. Kene Nwangu at his own one. It's hard to do these with the new rules. It ain't hard. I'm gone. 99 yards. He could go all the way. Jets tie it at 7. So there's a kick return. You know what? Do we have a punt return? That's a lot to ask.
Yeah, too much.
Isaiah Williams fields it inside his 30. Whoop, whoop. Oh, my goodness. Kid makes a move. Watch this. Way! We're not going to get him. 74 yards. How about those moves? Running straight up and down.
How about the special teams for the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, 2 returns?
Yeah.
14-7 Jets. Justin Fields picked up by Ronnie Hickman. See, if they just return, they'd be really good. Jets turn it over. Dylan Gabriel says, no, wait a minute. It's actually going to be a fun game. To Jerry Judge Judy. Makes a nice catch. He's a really good player. Browns tie it. 14. Start of the fourth. Justin Fields. Breece Hall. Rumored to be one of those to be traded. Good thing they did. Summer Breece, really November Breece. Touchdown. 24-17 J-E-T-N. Jet. This is Cleveland going for it on fourth down. I mean, the Jets going for it for fourth down. Cleveland tried to stop them, but they jumped. So it's a first down. Like, you can't.
One play epitomizes the Browns season.
You can't. Kevin Stefanski really now? And the Jets win 27-20. Let's remind everyone, Booger, it's been a month since the Jets have lost the game, right? They won. They had a bye. They won. And now Well, they're playing on Thursday night, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So who would have guessed AFC East?
Yeah.
Only one team lost. The Jets won. Miami won.
Yeah.
New England won. More on them in a moment. The Bills lost.
Yeah.
If you had that on your bingo card on this day, you would have been a winner. BINGO.
Well, and here's the thing about it. It's the age-old problem with the Bills is that defensively, they aren't the biggest defense. You know, we talk about how big the Patriots are. The Bills aren't that big, so you can run on them. And so anytime, like Sean McDermott is always concerned about being physically manhandled. And Miami, although they didn't physically manhandle them, they couldn't tackle. And Achane had over 100-plus yards rushing. Running the football against this team, and then defensively, anytime you force 3 turnovers and you get 3 sacks and you force Josh Allen to beat you by himself, they took away James Cook. This offense, the sum of their parts is greater than the individuals. And anytime you can take away the 2 individual stars they have, which are Cook and Allen, this offense is going to struggle because they don't have the secondary pieces a la in Kansas City or other places. And so I thought Miami did a wonderful job. And if you're Buffalo, what a letdown. You beat the Chiefs.
Really?
And then you thought they would get some momentum, but this kind of quells all their momentum.
To put it in layman's terms, you take a piece or 2 out of the offense. You can't circle the wagons if the spokes are broken on the wagon wheels, right? You can't do that.
Yeah.
So the Bills host Tampa next week, which will be an interesting game. New England is 8-2.
Yeah.
Denver is 8-2. Indianapolis is 8-2. We come in the season, pick the order. Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore. They're the 3.
Yeah.
And yet, those are the 3 that are 8-2. Any other note on New England? You started talking about them, and then they play the Jets on Thursday night. They surprise you, not only with where they are on the field and well positioned. The size surprised you a little today, didn't it?
It did.
Do you think it surprised Tampa? I mean, they're looking at them all week.
It's the first time that I really looked at them and saw how big they were.
Up front.
Up front. And big in the secondary, too. Gonzalez, he's a 6'2 corner. And then you got Milton Williams, who was their high-priced free agent. You got Christian Barmore, who's 6'5 and 320 pounds.
Large.
Like, they are a big football team. Number 1 team in the league against the run, and it shows. So well coached defensively, and it shows. And let's not forget, they're doing this. Their defensive coordinator is not there because he's dealing with prostate cancer.
Yes.
Terrell Williams?
Yes.
I think they're dealing with that. And so they got a lot going on. But Mike Vrabel is holding this unit together, how they play. And speaking of Vrabel, think about this, Boom. We're going to give him a lot of stuff for being a great coach. On his way into the locker room today, as the players are coming into the locker room, because they've beaten every team in the NFC South, he said, "Congratulations, man, NFC South champ." How about that?
So in other words, they're in first place in one division and they won another one. And it's not even, we're not at Thanksgiving. That's a hell of a little accomplishment. They're 8-2. Denver is 8-2. And the word defense in Denver has always been part of their
without a doubt.
Despite John Elway and the history that they've had. It's there again because offensively they are not, I don't think, where Sean thought they would be, but you don't have to apologize for 7 straight wins.
Yeah.
Defensively fueled, even with Surtain out. And they play Kansas City next week, the Chiefs coming off a bye.
They're going to lead the league in sacks. They get after the passer like they need air to live. Like that's how desperate they are to get to the quarterback. And so anytime you have a team like that, Boom, defensively, you can't move the football against this team. Offensively, Bo Nix hasn't been close to what he was last year, but he finds a way. They're using his legs a little bit more. And you got to figure Sean Payton, who's won a Super Bowl, who's coached the Hall of Fame in Drew Brees, he's going to find a way. This is his handpicked quarterback. Of all the quarterbacks that win the draft, he wanted this one. So I think he's going to figure out a way to accentuate his strengths and minimize his negatives. And I think in the end, the offense will be okay. But right now, when you go into the tournament, what can you hang your hat on? Last year, Philadelphia could hang their hat on Saquon. Indianapolis can hang their hat on Taylor. Mm-hmm. Denver can hang their hat on defense, especially when they get the reigning, defending Defensive Player of the Year and Pat Surtain back.
Right, and the offense will be better, and of course they have a home field advantage. So them playing the Chiefs, the Chiefs lose, they'll be 5-5. Who had that on their dance card? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know what we don't want to get ahead of? Game balls. Because today, we talk about this. Do you want to pick him, or him? Today was A or B. Here they are.
Well, it's really simple. And for me, Boom, typically I would always go for like the defensive guy. But today, how about my former team, Jonathan Taylor? You talk about a guy who was absolutely outstanding. 32 carries, 244 yards. We averaged 7.6 yards a carry. The longest touchdown run in the National Football League this season, 83 yards. And oh, by the way, if that wasn't enough, they threw it to him 3 times and he had 42 yards. So almost 300 all-purpose yards from Jonathan Taylor, the leading candidate for MVP right now.
Well, the most ferocious. There are others. You can't play defense any better these days than the Seattle Seahawks. And DeMarcus Lawrence. Tyrese Knight made 2 hits, but DeMarcus Lawrence, whole career at Dallas, had 2 touchdowns in 148 games. In 16 minutes, he had 2 touchdowns for Seattle against Arizona. And, I mean, the performance by this defense is, look, we can crown a lot of teams in the middle of the season, but this defense, Leonard Williams, other than a few names, the average national fan, knowing that Seattle is good, they don't know the names, really. The middle linebacker was out today, Ernest Jones. You're going to know the names pretty quickly. They're not alone, but we remember that guy. 2 touchdowns in 16 minutes.
And Boom, here's the thing about it. The identity is set by the head coach. Oh, by the way, he got the job because he was a defensive coordinator in Baltimore, and he didn't forget where he came from because he brought the same identity to Seattle. And, like, the more we talk about this league, Boom, coaching matters. Just look around the league. Coaching matters, and it's good to see Mike McDonald has his team playing and Sam Darnold playing, again, consistent football off what he did last year in Minnesota.
Yep, big game against the Rams for them, and a big game on Sunday night. Pittsburgh off their upset of the Colts against the Chargers, who lose tackles, offensive tackles, but keep on chugging for Jim Harbaugh. Scott Van Pelt, as always, with the highlights of a good Sunday nighter. Scotty?
Boom, you're right. The Chargers keep losing tackles, trying to figure out their identity on offense. Pittsburgh just trying to establish an identity. Are they the team that lost at home to Green Bay and looked awful in the second half? Or are they the team that rolled the Colts? Well, in this game, scoreless, early first, Rodgers looking deep. DK Metcalf would have had to have been perfect, not quite. They get a long field goal from Boswell, who's got a huge leg. It was 50-plus yards, 3-0. That's the score here. 3rd and 7, Rodgers trying to avoid pressure, ends up running into his own offensive lineman. Actually lucky to pounce on it. So instead of a touchdown for the Chargers, Khalil Mack gets the sack and a safety. It's 3-2. Chargers get a field goal to make it a 5-3 game. And then Rodgers here trying to find Metcalf across the middle. That one sails. R.J. Mickens with the pick. Ensuing Charger drive, and Justin Herbert will find Ladd McConkey at the top of your screen, makes a nice little move on the inside, and he's into the end zone. Chargers 12 unanswered, and they've got the lead at the break. They've added a field goal, and it's 15-3 when we pick this up early fourth. 4th and 6, Chargers pass on the field goal to get inside a 10-point game. Rodgers tries to find Metcalf, no. So they turn it over on downs, and now the Chargers on 3rd and 6, and they've got the conversion to Ladd McConkey for the first down. He told me on SportsCenter afterwards he's going to get some grief in the film room. He said he shouldn't have put on the brake, should have tried to outrun Jalen Ramsey, who does a great job chasing him down. But there, inside the red zone after the 58-yard catch and run, Kamani Vidal extends the lead for the Chargers. Next Steelers possession. They got a bunch of time, and we've seen some comebacks recently in the NFL, but when this one bounces off the hands of Calvin Austin into the hands of Dante Jackson, it largely seals this one. Pittsburgh did get a late touchdown to get to within 15, and this moment is significant as this little pop pass to Keenan Allen puts him ahead of Antonio Gates, who was in the building to watch this. That's 956 career receptions. That's the most in the history of.
Go Chargers, go!
And in the Powder Blues, Keenan and the home team moved to 7-3. They head to Jacksonville next week to take on a Jag squad trying to figure out how they lost a 29-10 fourth quarter lead. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh's offensive struggles, perhaps a chance to get right as they take on the reeling defense of the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, thank you, fellas, and thank you, everybody. Yeah. Week 10.
Yeah.
Starting to lay out a little differently than we thought. But that's where they play all the games. Again, to the veterans. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
For Booger, I'm Boomer. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime. It's a labor of love. And enjoy your week. See you next week.